poem because I could not stop forget what is there in the poem. Today we are here to discuss about the theme and the imagery of the poem because I could not stop forget by Emily Dickinson. So first let us discuss the theme. The central theme of the poem is the interpretation of mortal experience from the standpoint of immortality that we have seen. And then if someone asks you that what is the main theme in Emily Dickinson's poem because I could not stop for that. If you have to write like objective kind of answers, then you can answer mortality, immortality and eternity. Eternity as timelessness, the poet uses these abstractions, mortality, immortality and eternity. Have you understood? The poet has talked about the afterlife, like after death, how it is. And she has talked about eternity and of course mortality as well. And then symbols. There are many symbols in the poem because I could not stop for that. In the beginning, you see that there is a carriage and it symbolizes the journey from life to death. The carriage symbolizes the journey from life to death. This journey begins when a personified version of death comes to pick up the speaker who admits she was never going to stop for him on her own. He had to come to her. She is not going to stop for him, but he has to come to her. Then Dickinson uses the final literary element of symbolism to help the reader to understand the meaning, what she is trying to convey. The carriage is symbolic of a horse and carries the speaker, who is symbolized as humanity, and her suitor, who is symbolized as death. See, says the horse driven carriage, she says, but it is symbolized actually as death. The two characters create the third passenger of the carriage, who is immortality. Their carriage ride is also symbolic of time since, like time, it moves slowly. So it is moving slowly, right? It is mentioned in the poem. The ride is very slow and it is symbolic of time that we have seen in this poem. Then comes the speaker looks outside of the carriage and sees children playing games in a ring, which symbolizes her looking back on memories of her childhood. Here we see that the poet looks back into her life and sees the different stages of her life. That's why she is talking about the memories of her childhood. Why it is mentioned? Because children can serve as a symbol of human life. So if someone is lively, people say that this is just like a child. It means there is always a child within us. It is very much symbolic. Next, she sees fields of gazing green, which symbolize her looking back on her adulthood and maturity. So gazing grain is there, right? It means the adulthood and maturity. The golden grains are matured. So it talks about her matured stage. First, she looks at her childhood, then her matured stage. The gazing grain can also be viewed as a symbol of the inanimate parts of life. Finally, she sees the setting sun passing the carriage, which symbolizes either old age or death by showing that she is beyond mortal time. So, the setting sun, it means everything is at the end. Now, the day is at ending, right, when it is setting, when the sun is setting. So, when the poet talks about the setting sun, it means the poet is symbolizing either old age or death by showing that she is beyond mortal time. So, have you understood? It is a beautiful poem that she has shown many symbols. She has where she personified? She has personified date. She has made date as a man. It seems as if like she is waiting for her beloved. She says, I am not going to stop for him, but he has to stop for me. It seems that her beloved will stop for her, but she will never stop for him. But actually, she is talking all about mortality, immortality, and eternity through the poem. I hope you all have understood this. Thank you very much.